All right, we're on to part 2, portraying African history. Below is a series of 8 images, and you're going to be just examining each of them, and you can look at the caption that goes along with them as well. And then when you're done, you're going to respond to the questions that are below. So this first image is from Alfred Wiedelinger, and it's from his work, The Last of the African Kings. And this is Nana Kwasi Asampong II, who is king of a tribe in Ghana. He is currently the king of that tribe. So that's image 1. Let me zoom in actually a little bit larger so we can see them a little closer. The second one, we don't know who the photographer of this is. It's quite old, but we know that these are the pyramids at Giza. It's like pyramids at Giza. Number 3, again, we are unsure of who the photographer was. This was taken in 1901, roughly, and this was from hairdressing. During this time, a lot of European countries who were colonizing the continent would take pictures of sort of like the tribal people that they saw to send back to educate the Europeans about these unusual civilizations, these savage civilizations on the continent. And this is a particular image of hairdressing. This fourth one, image number 4, this was taken by Aldi Barlow. This is Nelson Mandela and his Black Power salute. So the fist raised in the air. Nelson Mandela, the first black president of South Africa. He served time in prison for fighting against apartheid, the segregation of black South Africans and white South Africans. Image number 5, this kind of goes along with South Africa. This was taken by Sam Nazima and published by Hector Peterson in 1976. This is so the caption that went along with this image: a terrified high schooler, Mubisia Makubu, picked up the lifeless boy and ran with his sister Antoinette Sithole. What began as a peaceful protest soon turned into a violent uprising in the Soweto uprising. Soweto is the neighborhood in South Africa, the black segregated neighborhood. They were just calling for like basic human rights and equality under the law, and the white South Africans put down the protest. Image number 6, photographer again unknown. We do know that it was taken by German officers. We don't know specifically who. In the 1890s. This is an image of of East African boys being sold into slavery by Arab merchants. So if you look closely, you can see that they are chained together. So even into the 1890s, we see like a really robust slave trade happening in Africa. Image number 7, again, the photographer is unknown, but we know that they're Senegalese trilatours. They're dressed by their armored French crew, like captain, at the 1913 celebration of Bastille Day. Senegal was colonized by the French, and so French commanders, this guy here in his very fancy plumed hat, was a commander of colonized Senegalese to fight for the French. This was right before their involvement in World War I. And then this last image is from 2018, June of 2018. This was taken by Junior Kana. These are health workers, in an Ebola safety zone in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Congo is often hit pretty hard, historically has been hit several times by Ebola outbreaks because of the location of the Democratic Republic of Congo. It's in a very densely forested area. It's hard to get medical care in and out. It's very tropical in the region, so there's a lot of insects that help to carry diseases. And there's just not a lot of health education because of its lack of access. So of these 8 images, you're thinking about the one that best portrays what you know of African history and why. So you are filling that in there with the image that best portrays African history is blank because. The second one, which theme from your do now best does your image best connect to and why? So you can just say like the theme that image, if you chose 6, connects best to the theme, and you scroll back up here to the themes. Because it's the strong representation of stereotypes in Africa. You can also, if you wanted to choose image number 1, I would say it connects like to rich history. It could also connect to the diversity of Africa. It's pretty interesting to see like the kings of Africa today. Sorry, scrolling up and down and up and down. Number 3, how do these images demonstrate who has power and who doesn't? So if you looked at these images and sort of thought about the things I talked through, who has power in them and who does not? I think a really great example of that would be if we looked at image number 7, the French soldiers and the Senegalese soldiers. So the French are definitely in command of this troop of Senegalese colonial soldiers. So it shows like Europeans have the power and the Africans do not. I think you would also look at image 8 and say like the Africans are taking control of their own health care, but it might be lacking. So it's like on one hand they're taking the power of their own health care, but on the other it's like really hard for them to have as robust healthcare system as one would hope. And then number 4, you're writing a question that you have after looking at all of these 8 images. So you might be looking at these 8 images and you can ask a question about all of them. You can ask a question about some of them. You can ask kind of an overarching one like, it can be something modern, it can be something, none of these are ancient by any means. I mean, the pyramids come from ancient times, but obviously the image does not. But you're thinking about a question that you have after seeing these images. And also these are like not all-encompassing. There's just 8 images chosen for you to sort of explore the interconnectivity of power and who has it and who does not. So once you're done with that, we're going to link to this next section. It's going to be your independent practice. I will still guide you through it in the video. We'll see you over there.